What's up, everyone? Welcome to Backlog and Beyond, a podcast where we talk about the old games we want to beat and the new ones we play instead. I'm your host, Jeff Zavatero.
And I'm your other host, Jeff's #1 fan, and this is episode 38.
Woo!
Hope you feel
My
better
number
about
one
that.
fan, of course, being Nathan Hawkins. But we are here with special guests. We have my wife, Emily, same last name. And then we have, once again, Clay and Alex. Woo!
Woohoo! Welcome back, guys.
They're going to be talking it out with us today as we discuss our best and favorite games to play with your significant other. Or if you don't play with your significant other, what games you would wish to play with them. So as usual, we have a lot of fun things to talk about, but we're going to start with what we've been playing this week. Nathan, what have you been playing?
Assassin's Creed Origins. That's pretty much it. I'm at level 15. I'm not taking my time with this one either. I normally would take my time with an open world game like this, but I'm just flying through this one because I want to catch up to Valhalla so badly. But yeah, like I'm basically side questing as much as I need to get to the level to where I can actually do the main quest. So that's it.
So by level, you mean like your character level and not like the game's level?
Correct. I'm the character's level is 15. It's an RPG, so it's all leveled based. And they haven't really capped it off, but it's extremely difficult if you want to try to do a main level or a main quest that's at, like, let's say a level 26 and you're a level 15. Chances are you're going to fail, hardcore. So if you want to give yourself a better chance, you have to level up to get to that point. So you have to do like a crap ton of side quests, which I've been doing just to get to that level. But I am enjoying myself. I totally remember why I loved the game, but I'm really just trying to catch up at this point because it's considered an old game at this point. It was like 2017 or something, 2016.
Yeah, they weren't always like that, right? Like you used to be able to just play through the story. Oh.
Yeah, Origins is the first one where they kind of revamped and changed the entire play style of the Assassin's Creed franchise. And I do kind of miss the Assassin's Creed, like the OG Assassin's Creeds, because it was more story based, less RPG. But I am enjoying it, and I think I'll enjoy it more once I get to even Odyssey, where I take more of my time and play it like an actual RPG, you know.
Dope.
But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Next, Clay, what are you playing, or what did you play?
I just beat Ghost of Tsushima. Let's see, it's 15 after the hour. I beat it 20 minutes ago.
Wow.
So that was cool.
Wow.
I've had to really push through it because for a personal project I'm working on. So I really needed it beats. I knew the story beats and stuff like that. And now I can go back to playing Hades. So it's a good time.
Very nice.
I need to
Very
pick
nice.
that up again. I didn't play that at all this week.
Me neither. It sucked.
We forgive you.
Worst week of my life.
Worst week of my life. It's just Clay complaining. I'm playing Hades all week.
It sucks.
He really has been complaining, though. Oh my god.
Do you feel like your experience with Ghost has suffered because you've been missing Hades?
No, not really, though.
Okay.
Honestly, I think Ghost suffered because I want to get it done. No, it didn't suck at all. So like, I'll go back and do all the little fox dens and shrines and stuff like that, and some of the like the common folk problems. But
the little people.
Yeah, the little people, pretty much. But I did get to do all the main story for all the characters that matter, and then the main story itself. So that was fun.
Nice.
Awesome. Alex, what have you been playing?
It's been a lot. Let me refer to my notes so I don't leave anything out. Marvel Spider-Man 4 has been getting so much love and attention from me. I'm a little under halfway done with the main campaign. I've collected all the backpacks, all the photo ops, and I'm so close to finishing Harry's research labs.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been so much fun. Spyro Ripto's Rage, I just finished, and I started Year of the Dragon of the Reignited trilogy. Clay had actually surprised me with the 3D All-Stars Mario game.
Nice.
So I've been playing through Super Mario Sunshine. I started the Final Fantasy VII Remake on my Patreon, as well as working through The Last of Us Remastered. So it's been a lot. But
Yeah, I gotta go watch out Final Fantasy VII.
Gamer problems, am I right?
yeah.
That's awesome.
Good choices.
Yeah, she's been grinding Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
Every time I get off work, she's sitting there just huddled up with Tori playing it.
Nice. Yeah, I think was the Harry's Labs. I think those are the last things I did.
Yeah.
Prior to platinuming.
The last things I did was screwball missions.
Oh yeah,
Screwball missions.
yeah.
Mm.
Those are difficult.
I didn't realize how long that game felt. Like it felt like I blew through it, and then I played Miles Morales, and then I went back to Spider-Man Remastered.
Oh man.
And
Night and
like
day.
that game is so much longer, and you
Oh,
feel it after
dude.
playing like Miles Morales. So I'm excited for you to get through to there.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you think
me
you're gonna
too.
play straight through when you beat Spider-Man or Spider-Man?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep going. I've already
Um,
put this much momentum into it.
That should be a
True.
nice transition. Actually, that should be a really
Actually,
cool transition.
did you upload your save to play it on the PlayStation 5, or are you still playing on the 4?
So I had only gotten in past the first Fisk fight on 4 for the Give It an Hour, and
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let me just start over fresh, and
Cool.
it was good to
Awesome.
do that.
Nice. Oh, it looks so pretty on the 5. Awesome.
Yes, it does.
Emily, what are you playing?
I didn't play too much this week. I played an old indie game called Little Inferno. Played a lot more My Colony. That game is super passive, so it's easy to just play all day.
I'll be
and
door
then-
dashing, and then she'll just be sitting in the passenger seat playing My Colony, and I'll be like, "Go get the food."
And then I played a little Stardew Valley.
Nice.
Yes, grew some
Excellent.
giant pumpkins.
Nice.
Oh,
Tis the season.
Indeed.
Wait.
Well,
the
Season
season.
for her.
Yeah, for her. Yeah, exactly.
for her.
I wanted to play Stardew Valley, and I booted it up, and it's like, you have 22 mods that need an upgrade. So I spent like a whole night updating all the mods. I played for a day to make sure they all work, and that's all I touched that game this week.
Just updating mods.
And it wasn't even like game breaking, but like seeing the list really upset me, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that right now.
You're like, I have to fix this.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to automatically do it. Like maybe I have to do like a special download program on Nexus, but
Mm.
A special mod for updating the mods.
yeah, it's really annoying. Like do it for me.
Yeah.
let me be lazy.
But I mean, I'm just gonna be transferring it to my new computer, which it took them 10 hours to gather all the pieces, and they still haven't built it yet. So fingers crossed they.
Every
Get that
5
to me
minutes,
soon.
Jeff is like, I want my computer.
I know. Well, like now that they started working on it, I feel like I taste it. Like I'm hoping by the time we record this next week, it'll be on the new computer, and then the 1060 will be shipped to Nathan.
There you go.
Girl.
We also had a drinking night on Zoom, so we played this Steam game called King of Booze, and it's like this
Oh, yeah.
circle board game, and there's like a die you roll, and then you have to either like do the rule, do the activity, answer the question, or take a drink.
Nice.
And there's a lot of drinks.
There's
But,
a lot of drinks.
that's been our go-to lately, and I'm really enjoying it. It's like a
Cool.
$3 game, but like I've gotten
Oh.
so much money's worth out of that game.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
I know.
fun.
Yeah, so those are the games we're playing this week. I wish I had more time to play games. Like I wanted to play Hades, that's been on top of my list. I want to finish Horus.
Sure.
But what I actually spent the most time on is Nathan found the GG app for
Yes.
tracking games you own and progress, and it really helps you tackle your backlog.
It's awesome.
And
man.
I went through
Ooh.
every platform I own, like PlayStation, Nintendo, Steam, Epic, and I put every game I have in there, and then whether I beat it, whether I started it and didn't finish
Yep.
it, and then if it was neither of those, I put it in my backlog.
Yep.
And I have like 1,600 games on there that I had to add individually.
Yeah, it's
Um,
insane.
most of which I have.
Amazing.
It's a
Like, I
great
think
app,
I've
though.
played like a quarter of them.
Yeah, you guys should check out the app. It's called GG, and it's like the UI is really cool. And
like a mobile app.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
mobile
it's
app.
a mobile
Yeah.
app and a website. This
I
guy
love
made it by
that.
himself.
It's
Super
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, and
And
it's
Jeff's been in the Discord, right?
Yeah, me and Nathan joined Elite.
Yeah.
And we paid for at least a month, and then they
Mhm.
put us on their special Discord.
yeah.
Ooh.
I joined
Yeah.
it, and then you get a notification when new people join, and Nathan joined, and I got the notification, and I'm like, this guy.
It's so funny. And then the guy Charles was like, I'm assuming you
creator.
know him. I was like, yeah, actually we do a gaming podcast together. Next guy was like, yeah, we all have gaming podcasts in here.
Yeah.
All uninterested.
Yeah, I was like,
run in the
okay.
middle of the club.
Yeah, welcome to the
It's
club.
one of the prereqs, actually, bro.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But no, it's a great app. I'm still actually trying to get through my PS3 days of like adding all those
Gosh.
games in. So it's taken a while. It's just I don't have the time to sit down like Jeff has, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just don't have the time. I'm trying to find it.
I did it at work a lot, if I'm being
Oh,
honest.
okay. Well,
Well,
that's
and
that's
you
probably
did
what
it
I would have
instead
done.
of playing actual games.
That's true. I didn't
too.
play anything this week. I just did that.
That's cool though. It's dedication.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna move on to some news. Do we want to go with like gaming news, or do we want to start with our news first? Because I know people are staying up late to listen to this.
Yeah, the people that are on Twitch right now. All right,
Yeah.
well, I will let the cat out of the bag, even though Alex and Clay know because I'm an idiot and decided to put it in the show
We don't
notes.
get live reactions anymore. I'm upset.
So
Hold on.
stupid. I'm
Maybe
so
I don't
mad.
know what it is, actually.
So mad. Okay, so Jeff and I, Backlog and Beyond, are starting our first and very own YouTube channel. Yeah.
What?
No way.
Oh my god! Didn't see it coming.
Awesome.
I know, right? Yeah, so
Very
we're going to be
nice.
launching
Those are
that
worthwhile.
starting this upcoming Monday. So there you'll be able to access
Ooh.
every single
That's
episode.
awesome.
Every episode's archived there, including starting at episode 21. Every single video episode will be on there as well. So you can go back, listen to all the old episodes, watch all the old episodes, and on top of that, we're going to be doing a bunch of new series. We're going to be doing Give It an Hour series, which will also be premiering on Monday. It'll be Jeff and Emily playing their Give It an Hour game. What was it? Dangerous
Lovers in a Dangerous
Dangerous
Space-Time.
Space-Time.
It was
Thank
yours
you.
too.
Yes, I know it was mine too.
too.
I'll explain why mine was cut short.
Yeah.
And then Jeff and I we're also premiering a new series starting Monday, our Let's Play Together series, and we're starting with A Way Out. So yeah,
Very
Yeah.
nice.
good stuff.
Is that
And
one
they'll What's up?
coming out this week too?
Yeah, they're both.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
exciting.
gonna launch them both at the same time, just so people have a bunch of stuff to watch, and then probably the following week we'll spread it out. But just kind of like to celebrate the launch of the new YouTube channel. We
That's so
also
exciting.
have a new Discord channel that we've launched for Backlog and Beyond, where we actually have a Give It an
Very
Hour
nice.
section where if you join, you can just start the conversation there. You can leave your reviews there, so it's just all in one place. We can talk about your backlogs, games, whatever it is. We will throw a link in chat for everyone if you want to
told me
join.
about that one, Jeff.
And
I mean,
yeah, so
to be fair, Nathan just rebranded the other one, so
I did. I rebranded my old Discord channel to the Backlog and Beyond channel. So
we're done
Cool.
swimming in the shallow end. We got a floaty and we're moving into the deep end. Of
That's
the
right.
Deep dive.
So if you want to join, there is a link tree on all of our socials, and you'll see the links for the Discord invite there as well as the YouTube channel. So
Dope.
yeah, we're expanding, folks.
We're on
It's
there.
exciting.
And I'm working on a series where I try to do game reviews in a minute, and I wrote my first one, and it's like 2 minutes, and I'm like, I thought the issue would be coming up with a whole minute, and now I have to
Yeah.
cut down half of what I say.
Do
I
like
know
a
it.
part 1 and part 2. It's
Yeah.
like 2 separate
Oh,
minutes.
that's a good one. I like
I
that.
I hate going on, and I'm like, I just want to get an idea of what this game's about, and they're like, watch our 17-minute review on this game, and I'm like, I just want the clip notes.
Yeah.
The
So
quick and
yeah, we have
dirty.
a lot of stuff we're working on.
But yeah, and then like I'm gonna be moving all of my stuff over to the Backlog and Beyond channel as well. So if I do any Let's Plays, Survivor Series, that's also all gonna be a part of the Backlog and Beyond YouTube. So it's
That's
gonna
exciting.
all be in one place. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Why don't you share your other news bit while you're here? This
this
is
was-
official gaming news. That was
Yeah,
our...
and this is very sad
demo
news, sort of. But I think we all saw this one coming. Google Stadia is closing 2 game studios.
hmm
Oh, did I just take your news?
Yeah, you're like, I'll take this other one, and then you took that. Like, what?
Rude.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
Like, I'm equally excited about both of these. So
yeah, yeah. So I guess
when you
it's
said sad news, I'm like,
I know.
it's not very sad.
Sorry. This weekend's been very, very crazy. It's been hectic.
Yeah, your twins
Um,
had their first birthday.
Yeah,
and,
it was it was a shit show, but it was fun. Like we had a great time, but it was just so chaotic the entire time. My brain just like fried from this weekend. But anyway, yeah, so I guess it's impacting 150 developers, and the executive Jade Raymond is leaving. So
Yeah.
they are basically saying that they're done making their in-house games essentially, and just going to stick with third party. But I think we all kind of saw that coming.
It's another thing that Google's developing that they're just going to drop, much in the way of Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
And then the
Forgot
Google
about
Glasses
those.
that everyone was super excited
Google
about.
Glass.
Oh my
Oh, man.
gosh.
Google Voice is probably going to be on its way.
What was
out.
their social media?
Oh, Google
Google
Plus.
Plus.
That-
Yes,
like,
Google
Yes.
Plus.
Google does not
Oh,
like
yeah.
committing. They're like, look at this cool idea. There's
No
not
one likes
2
it?
million people on it. Bye.
Yeah, it's like they don't try to like innovate and like expand. They just give up. They're like, it's okay.
No. If it doesn't work the first time, they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that like it. I only bought one game. I bought Avengers because I had a $10 coupon, and then so I got it like $10 out of pocket. So I better beat that before they decide to close the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that sucked. At least there's no Google Stadia exclusives coming now, though.
Right?
Yeah,
That's true.
That was what I was worried about the most.
That's amazing.
So my news is what Nathan was going to read. MLB The Show 21 is going to be releasing on the Xbox Series consoles, which is the first PlayStation developed game releasing on the Xbox. Like, someone was describing the box art that they showed, and it was like the Xbox case, but it had a PlayStation logo on it.
Right.
And that's going to release on April 16th, which is it usually releases concurrently with opening day, so that's a little later. But who knows? It could open the door for more PlayStation exclusives showing up on the Xbox side.
Yeah.
They already did release Horizon Zero Dawn for the PC.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's a bad thing to open games that have already lived their life cycle.
Yeah.
To prep for that. I don't know. Like, I was thinking, like, Last of Us has been out for a really long time, and they already have the sequel out. Like, I don't know what the hurt would be in releasing something like that on PC,
right,
or Xbox. But they could also very well put it on their Game Pass, and people will be like, "Oh, I could just play it for $5 over there."
That's true.
Or $10.
That's true. Yeah, but I think we've already been seeing like these games with the Microsoft logo, like for PlayStation, or at least it's going to be happening. So it's kind of cool, like seeing that crossover now, which is nice.
Yeah, one step closer.
Right.
Cross-plat. And then the other news I have, Judgment, which is a spin-off of the Yakuza series, is releasing for the PlayStation 5, and there will be no free upgrades for previous owners of the PlayStation 4 version. So people are upset just like they were with Control and the Control Ultimate Edition. You had to have a certain one in order to upgrade. This one you can't upgrade at all.
There should be a name for it, like Control Javu or something.
That's a good one.
You know what? I didn't list. I did start playing Yakuza 0.
Nice.
That's okay.
Yeah. Like, I played like 20 minutes of it because I did that promise to myself where I can't play a new game until I try it.
Nice.
And it looks like fun. It looks like fun so far. We'll see if I can fully get into it, but it seems like a big commitment.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything else that you guys saw around this week that was super exciting or interesting?
Crickets. Okay.
That was exciting or interesting. There is a game developer for, oh my gosh, what game is it? There's some Japanese studio. So I guess Apple's launching a whole bunch of indie games. They're like funding a ton of indie games, but they're coming to the Apple Arcade, which is unfortunate because I don't have Apple stuff. But one of them is an RPG, but it's cool because the background is it's all sets, so it's a RPG, kind of like how in PlayStation 1 how they had the like the static backgrounds, but the actual backgrounds. Is this in your news?
No.
Am I okay?
It all is, and they just want to see if you read the notes.
No, but so all the backgrounds are actually like sets that they're building, like tabletop sets, and then they take a picture of it and then juxtapose it into the game, and then that becomes the background for the characters. So I just thought that was kind of maybe I'll play it on Alex's.
Yeah.
Do it.
Maybe my iPad or something.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. I haven't played a lot of Apple Arcade since I did it for our Give It an Hour thing, and I played.
That's right.
What's it called?
I forget the name of the game too now.
Yeah. Anyway, I got 3 free months of it though, because someone in our family just got an iPhone. Someone on my family plan, so I got the 3 free months of Apple Arcade. So
nice.
I could play again without having to worry about spending money.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Not spending money.
The best.
I looked it up. I only spent $54 on video games so far this year. So if I spend it that pace, I'm only going to spend $600 as opposed to the $1,900 I spent last year.
Nice.
So
Emily,
exciting for me.
Making progress.
But are you counting your PC though as gaming?
Let's move on to our main topic.
Well, he
did.
did PS5 last year, so
that bumped it up to 3,000. So
yeah,
but when I get that, I fear that I'll be like, what are games I couldn't play on a console or on a PC before?
Right.
Red Dead, Cyberpunk, and it's gonna get bad.
that's what you're door dashing to.
Yeah, I am door dashing. Door dashing will be my game budget now.
There you
nice.
go.
I like it.
Nice.
That works.
Nice
hey,
thing
whatever you
is
gotta
with
do.
that, But that new app you guys can you can start knocking out the games that you play. This can actually become a backlog podcast. So that's good stuff.
I made like a separate list of games I want to play this year so I could kind of hold myself accountable. And I'm like, if it's still in this list at the end of the year, I have failed.
Commit seppuku.
Dang.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our main topic of the night. Valentine's Day is coming up, and before we get a chance to film another episode, Valentine's Day will have already passed. So we're gonna talk about best games to play with a significant other. So all of us have a significant other. Not all of us play with a significant other.
It's true.
Some of us don't have significant others who game. Like Emily doesn't game that much. She I think is a textbook casual.
Yes.
In the terms
Very
of
much
video
so.
game.
Nothing wrong with
and
that.
Shannon's a good sport.
Yes. She used to game,
but
she
then-
used to game, but she's she hasn't like played a lot of games in a long time.
Yeah. She was in our Jackbox night, and that was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
she had
kicked
a lot
all
of
of our
fun.
asses.
She had a lot of
she's
fun.
so
Yeah.
funny. We'll have to record one of those one night so everyone could see how funny we are.
Yeah.
Right.
We're so funny.
Yeah.
Not as funny as Shannon.
Great. So we're going to be talking about games we enjoy and moments we enjoy when it comes to gaming with our significant other, which leads to the first question. I'm going to put to everyone, what is your favorite gaming memory that you have with a significant other? It doesn't have to be a game you played together. It could be a game that one of you played and the other one watched. We're going to start with Nathan. Do you have one?
I do actually.
Yeah. All right, Nathan, let's go first.
So Shannon doesn't really play a lot of games to begin with, but the main issue with that is because I guess it's weird, but I think when I go to play games, I don't like ignore Murphy entirely. Murphy's my dog, for those of you who don't know. But he doesn't get the attention that he would get normally, right? So, but my dog has severe anxiety, and when my wife grabs a controller, he has a panic attack. And I mean full on panic attack. Like we're talking, he tries to escape. He tries to escape wherever he is. He tries to escape. Like he tries to escape the apartment. Like he would actually go to the bathroom and dig at the wall to try to get out because it was it was so intense for him.
Oh.
So we never really were able to figure out why that's the case. We think it's possible that he has like social anxiety. So he thinks that she's going to just kind of zone out and not pay attention to him. And then he's just all alone. So he freaks out. So that's probably the reason why we haven't really gamed that much together, which is a good enough reason, I'd say. But she used to play games, and but recently it's just been me. But one of my favorite memories is when we were actually living together at our old apartment, when it was just the two of us, no babies, it was just us. And I'd get up at like 4 a.m, still get up at 4 a.m, but I'd get up at 4 a.m. We had the whole place to ourselves. It was quiet, like it was nice. It was really nice. And I'd get up and I'd play till about 6:37. But then she'd get up at like 6 and she'd get coffee, and Murphy would come out, my dog, and they just get up on the couch and cuddle with me, and they just watch me play games for an hour. And it was just, it was like nice, quiet time. And I miss that. Like I don't miss, like I obviously don't regret having my girls because I don't know what I'd do without them, like the love of my life. But
I missed the moments before they were here.
Yeah, no, I do miss that. Like that was precious, and I'll never forget that. So like those quiet mornings with my wife, just kind of sitting there with me and me gaming, I miss those. So yeah,
that's very cute.
Yeah.
Does she have a favorite? Do you know if she has a favorite game that she watched you play?
Actually, there was actually one time we did play LA Noire together, and it was actually hilarious because she couldn't drive at all. So she was like hitting people and crashing, and she was laughing her ass off. Like she was actually hysterical, laughing so hard, hitting people, driving in LA Noire.
She sounds like the right one for you, Nathan.
Yeah, exactly. So we were like dying laughing. So eventually we just said, okay,
it.
I'll drive, you do all the investigating and like the interrogating. And so we played it that way for a while, and it was really fun.
Aww.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Great. Next we're gonna go with Alex. What's your favorite gaming memory with the significant other?
So it's super cheesy, but it was actually the first day that I ever met Clay. He had messaged me on a few like school-based forums that we had, but he reached out to me and he's like, hey, I know we're, pretty close last names, so we're going to get categorized into the same testing room. So I came in and, we were at an all-laptop school, and he had me come and sit down, and we played through a game called Cat Mario during our breaks. And it was It was one of the most frustrating games I think I've ever played, but we both got a glimpse at like how we handle like raging in video games. It was kind of like a really good sort of litmus test to be like, is this guy, does he have potential? You know, how does he handle like stress? But yeah, no, it's like a champ, right? But that's one of my most favorite memories. We were awkward. We were just, you know, teenagers, and it was so I think beautiful in its own kind of weird sort of way. But that's my favorite gaming memory.
That's very
It's a good thing you didn't like punch a hole in a wall. You're like,
Oh
okay.
my God. Not like I could. We had the brick walls, so I would have broken my
Honestly,
Well,
that would have been more impressive than anything.
I was gonna say, like,
that's why I didn't let Emily watch me game for 3 years.
Oh, nice.
That's a lie.
It is.
Called you out on it.
I am called out. Clay, do you have the same answer or do you have a different answer?
I like that one a lot, mostly because it was our first time actually ever interacting with each other. Was that day in person? So that was kind of the catalyst to start dating each other in high school.
So did you went to the same school?
Yeah.
But like you met digitally first?
Yeah, so our school had an online forum for like the students, and it had a chat, like a live chat room thing. And so we had our AIMS testing. And so on the first day, I was like, "Who's that?" And I like saw her. Then I got her name and found her on the forum, and I was like, "Hey, you should sit by me tomorrow in class when we're doing the test."
Dang, game!
I almost didn't though. I saw him, and I'm like,
she walks in the room, and I'm like waving her over. She's like, "Oh fuck!"
I'm like,
like
what
yelling,
have I done?
That's what he looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, we didn't even know what each other looked like, or she didn't know what I looked like.
He knew what I looked like.
She was just waiting for a guy to wave her down when she.
And you were the only guy.
No, but that one's really nice. But also, I've talked about Burnout Paradise game. We had to get her phone put away for the night.
Our curfew loophole.
We could still play that and live chat with each other for like 3 hours after her curfew, which made no sense. That's the way it worked.
Cute.
Yeah, you'd almost rather like your child be in bed texting while actively trying to fall asleep than playing a video game where that ain't happening.
I didn't complain.
Like, oh no, that
Darn
sucks.
It. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just play games.
Oh well. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome, very cute. Emily, why don't you go next, and then I will go with mine.
I think I'm gonna go with playing Stardew Valley with you when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Because I was substitute teaching first grade for someone who was on maternity leave, and all of a sudden I couldn't go to work, and Jeff's work hours were shrunk way down. And he was like, let's finally play this game that I've been trying to get you to play for like 4 years. And I was like, okay.
I bought it for
yeah.
Three
He'd been
different
trying for
times.
a while. But like I used to wake up early and feed the cat, and then I'd play for like 4 hours until Jeff woke up at noon, and then we'd play together. Sometimes we'd play in each other's games, but sometimes it's nice to just play the same game at the same time, even though you're not playing, like a co-op or something.
Yeah, when I would join her game, we would she would join mine, and she's like, I just want to go do my crops, and then she'd leave my game. Because you can't carry over your character, and you can't I wish you could do have your farms on the same map so that you could.
Yeah.
But it's like you're really helping their farm when you're thinking about your own farm.
Right. The whole time
it was one of those things where she's like, I need this fish for the community center, and I would pop over and catch it for her, and then I
was so bad at catching fish on Switch. Oh my god.
That's cute.
But yeah, and that I mentioned. No, never mind. Sorry.
You mentioned what?
Nothing. Well, I was just gonna say it was my game of the year for that reason.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really got us through the first parts of quarantine when we had no idea what was going to happen financially, and it was like a scary time, and we got to play this game together, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was like, a good relaxing game. Like, I thought that's what Animal Crossing was going to be for us, and I hardly could get into that game.
Yeah, me too.
I got into Animal Crossing a little bit, but I like Stardew better.
Yeah. I felt more accomplished.
Yeah.
And the lack of real time, like, I don't like the real time days. That drives me insane. Like, I was
old.
only able to play at like midnight to like 2 a.m. on days I would work.
It's like pitch black every time.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy anything. It was very frustrating. So I'd have to wake up in the morning a little bit early for work and then buy whatever's at the store. So yeah, Stardew is a little nicer for that. My favorite gaming experience with Emily was when we played Detroit Become Human together. Like, I didn't play any of that game without her in the room. But just sitting there and making all of those choices together and then watching it play out, because for the most part it's a movie, and it's really nice to have an experience where she doesn't have to physically participate. She could just like get involved with me. I think it's common knowledge that anyone could die in that game at any time. And there was, like, for the most part, if something happened, we went with it. But at one point, Kara died, and we were just like, and then she's like, I'm gonna go. I was like, should we start over? She goes, I don't know. I'm gonna go make lunch. Like, we stewed over it, and then
Stress eat.
I cheated and started over so that we could save her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I had an emotional attachment to her because she was in that original tech demo, and I loved that Quantic Dream tech demo so much. And so playing through that game and making those choices together was a lot of fun. I did the same thing. We played, I think, the entire first season of The Walking Dead together.
Yes, we did.
But that one was a little more stressful, like, and it wasn't even like because it was higher stakes. It was the first time you were in the motel parking lot, and then you were arguing with what's his name's daughter, and she's like, "You want to be in charge? Well, how about you decide who gets to eat today?" And she gave you like 2 crackers, an apple, and one other snack,
and you have to decide like if the children eat.
You talk to everyone, and they give you like a sob story, or like they yell at you.
Oh,
and like, of course, we were first like, okay, the 2 kids eat first, and then we had to talk to everyone else, and I'm like, who eats Emily? She's like, I don't know.
Who eats Emily? You
No
make the tough
bearing
decision.
on the rest of the game.
No, but it was so hard.
So I really enjoy those games where we could interact and make those decisions together.
Nice.
I really like in the later Telltale games, they have audience participation where you could log into a website and everyone could vote on what decision you make.
Oh, really?
And I wish they would retroactively add that to the early Walking Dead games so that we could play those together and play those online.
That'd be cool.
But those were some of my favorite experiences.
Nice.
Yeah, I think everyone got their turn right, and skip everyone.
Yep.
I haven't been drinking this time, so I'm very concise about what order we're going in. Great, so we're going to move on to our next question. What are your favorite games to play with a significant other, or what games would you recommend? So first, we're going to start with Clay on this one.
Oh.
I just shoot from the hip.
Let me see what games I got on here. Yeah, so Alex and I mostly, we've been playing, well, we don't want to take your guys' game from your list, but
What? No, I mean, you could just say it and we'll
okay.
Off. Yeah.
Well, lately we've just been playing, if we're playing anything, our most fun game has been Stardew Valley or hopping back into Minecraft.
So
but
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, like, you can spend like hours just like working together basically and just like creating and getting super customize everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're really we'll hop into Minecraft and play for like 5 days straight, like 7 hours a day, and then we don't touch it for like months.
Awesome.
15 years.
10 years.
But it's always fun. Like, we start fresh every time, but it's still just as much fun than it was the last time. So that's a lot of fun.
You'll do like one map for 35 hours, and then when you come back, you'll start a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or
That's
we'll be like,
amazing.
oh, we had a really neat base in like this world, and then we go back and revisit it. We're like, let's start a new one.
This mind
grown since then. These were our early days.
This mind structure kind of sucks.
It could be reinforced.
We could
But,
do
like,
better.
Like, there is an end game in Minecraft,
Yeah,
There is.
there's you
Yes.
can there's a like to kill the ender dragon, you gotta gather different materials and do all that. But I don't think every time we go to the Nether is about the time we stop. So
I've always wanted to beat that game just so I could say I beat Minecraft, but
yeah,
never have. Yeah, a lot of time you got to spend just crafting all that armor and getting to the Nether and then beating the dragon and trying to beat that thing by yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like 99% of what I've seen for Minecraft is just people building houses and
Yeah.
cities and
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
so
Just
I
creative mode.
imagine once if you go back into one that's already built, you're like, let's do a different one.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
masterpiece
exactly.
is complete. Let's start a new one.
Yeah.
It's cool because
Exactly.
every map is different. So
Mhm.
sometimes we spawn, we're like,
Possibilities are endless.
we got nothing, and then
Right.
we have to like run out and find an island or something, or otherwise we're like, yeah, let's just stick to the island and dig straight down and see what we can do.
You dig straight down. I always tell you, don't do that. There's like lava somewhere beneath you. You're gonna lose all your shit.
is lava.
I die and I'm like, I'm not playing this anymore.
I think I
Creeper.
would do that in like 7 Days to Die too, like dig straight down and get stuck.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, no.
Oh my
where to
gosh.
go.
Oof.
I'm looking for. They have it. You could play Minecraft in VR. I want to play in VR while other people play in person.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I
That'd be
played
cool.
that for a total of 30 seconds and I got nauseous. I'm
Oh,
like, oh look, a pig.
That's amazing.
Was there another game you wanted to talk about, Clay?
No, I talked a lot.
I talked a lot.
I'm gonna rest.
I talked a lot and I talked enough. No, Minecraft mostly is or with her family actually. Play stuff like that at your house.
Nice.
Awesome. Great. Nathan.
Nathan. Nathan. I got a few here actually. So again, like my wife and I, we don't play games together at all, pretty much. But I was coming from the perspective if you're trying to introduce someone to gaming, if you're trying to introduce your significant other to gaming, and it's like their first time, they've never picked up a controller. I kind of picked a couple games that are probably like good for that. Like the Lego games, pretty much those are the ultimate easiest probably games you could have your significant other, your best friend, whatever, have them pick up, and they're gonna probably get the hang of it pretty quickly. They're side scrolling for the most part. They're like 3D side scroller, but it's just a simple button scheme. It's all just silly fun. It's nothing too serious, and you can just screw around really and have a good time. So those are really good to introduce. There's actually this really cute one. It's really sweet. It's called Never Alone, where you play one person can play a kid, the other person can play a wolf, and it's not a challenging side scroller. It's just very sweet, and you just kind of take turns like helping each other get through puzzles. So I would definitely recommend Never Alone. And then there's this new one that came out recently that I haven't checked out, but I read up on it and it looks awesome and it looks really sweet. It's called Haven. It looks like it's a chill co-op experience. It just came out on PS4 and PS5. Basically, you have to stay together. That's the concept of the game, is to stick together the entire time and kind of heal this world that's being taken over and destroyed. But it's really cute because I guess at times while you're gliding together, you can actually hold hands while you're gliding through the world.
That's super cute.
Yeah, so it's a really sweet, charming, like open world RPG, but it's different in the sense that it's not like the AAA RPGs where it's got like it's complex and it's got like all these side quests to do. There's no traditional task list. It's just kind of meant for like explorative, and you just kind of roam this torn up planet together and heal it essentially. And you can do like these really cool like combos where you tag team with each other and like destroy these demons like together at the same time. But yeah, it looks really chill, looks super cute. It's got some RPG elements. So if you want to like have something that's a little more, gamey, more a little more involved, but not too complex, Haven looks awesome. So I would definitely suggest that one as well.
I can't tell. Is it turn-based combat or is it like real-time combat?
I think it's turn-based. I'm pretty sure. I
That's my
think it's
jam.
turn-based.
That actually might be a game me and Emily could play.
Emily.
I love turn-based.
Yeah, I might pick that up.
I think it's turn-based. Don't quote me on that, but I saw a shot where they were doing a combo and it was like frozen in time and they were kind of having to like time it together. So I don't know. I would look into it a little bit more, but it looks really cool and it looks like great for couples. So
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I might pick that. I might pick that up.
Cool.
At first, I was thinking PlayStation, but like now that my new computer's coming in, I'm like, I could get it on PC, so I have
There
a
you
reason to
go.
play on my PC.
Good.
But my PlayStation needs love too.
I second
Yeah, that's
Never
true.
Alone. It's a fun little story game.
Yeah, Never Alone's cute. It's really
I
cute.
started it by
played most of
myself,
it.
but I think it might be more fun with somebody else.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I
You
started playing with
Never
Shannon at
Alone
one point.
alone?
Always alone.
I
Always.
I
did
picked
too.
it up
I
because
did
I thought
too.
it was like a snow fox. So when you said
Oh.
wolf, I'm like, is it a wolf?
It is a
Maybe it is
snow
a
fox.
maybe it is a fox.
Is
I'm
it a
sorry.
snow fox?
It's a
Oh,
blue
I
snow
think
fox.
you showed me the trailer for that one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a fox. Now that I remember the tail.
Like I was
and the
thinking
tail
like
specifically is
the
fox-like.
physical like form. It looked like a fox. For those of
Got
you
a
listening,
triangle
you
head,
couldn't
that
see
means
me.
fox.
Like,
I don't know my
try
animal-
To,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
signify what a fox looks like with my hands.
Yeah, he's visually showing us what a fox looks like with his hands.
He's like,
It's like a
fox.
rectangle.
"Does a fox say?"
Great. Emily, what games do you recommend for couples?
I like games that you can like Stardew that you can like play at the same time parallel, but not necessarily together.
Yes.
So the first thing that came to mind for me was Pokemon Sword Shield. Because like if you're a couple and you both like Pokemon, chances are one of you is gonna get Sword and one of you is gonna get Shield. Or they always come out with two when they release a new Pokemon game. But then with Sword Shield, you can also pop into each other's games for like the Dynamax battles or running around completing your Pokédex. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, I
Yeah.
think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Emily was really glad we could play together because when we got the Let's Go games, we put together two teams and set it to the same level, and I just smashed her.
Yeah.
So like at least
He did.
at least with the Dynamax battle, you could play next to each other.
Yes, on the
That's
same
cool.
team.
Yeah, and then it's easy to
Cute.
like trade Pokemon that are exclusive to each game when
Yeah.
you each have it.
Oh,
Nice.
that's neat.
That's how they get you to get both games.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's messed up,
There you
but it
go.
works.
Yeah.
It gets us.
Yeah. Well, and again, if you're a couple, it's perfect.
Hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Great. I do enjoy as much as Sword and Shield is a letdown, and the fact that it's not as big of a step forward as the 3DS to the Switch was. It's still fun to play.
It was still fun. And that was the first, honestly, like I've been playing Pokemon for 20 years. And I think that was the first one that I actually like finished the story.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Like,
Congratulations.
I don't think
Yeah.
I ever got around to like beating the Elite Four in Pokemon Red. I still have a long way to go on Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. But that one I like finished everything except for the Pokedex because that takes forever.
I just realized that could be
Amazing.
I didn't beat the game. That's the first Pokemon that I started that I didn't beat.
Nice.
It's funny.
But the last time I picked it up, I think I got my last gym badge, so I could pad my numbers a little bit because
There you
I
go.
didn't beat a game this
There you
week, and throw that one on there.
There you go.
Oh, she picked up your slack. That's all.
She did. She stayed on it way longer than I did, but like
Zing.
I was pretty much. I just wanted to get that Galarian Ponyta. I'm like, look how pretty it is.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I got one. It looks
It
like
will
a
be
unicorn.
mine.
Pretty.
Oh, yes,
Honestly,
it
I
will
would
be
have been
mine.
happy if I could have just like taken over the fairy gym. The gym
yeah.
leader's like, I'm looking for my replacement, and I was like, yes, pick me, I will do that. But no, you have to beat them all.
Fair.
I volunteer
And
to
here the
sacrifice.
story
Catch
ends.
them all. You have to catch them all.
I don't care
Yeah,
about
sorry.
the Elite Four. I'll just stay here forever.
Yeah.
Great. Alex, what games are your favorites?
I think it really depends on like the mood that I'm in. Like Emily kind of talked about it earlier, but I love cooperative games where you can kind of do your own thing, but like do it separate. Like I love Clay to death. I love playing games with him, but sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to share a screen with you. Go do your own thing, So like Stardew Valley is great for that because he's essentially just catching all my fish, and I'm like, good, yes, bring it to the community center,
Oh, you've unlocked level 70 in the mines. Fantastic.
basically. But I also
Amazing.
really like doing like FPS games with him. Like Borderlands was always really fun. Left 4 Dead was always really fun. Another game that we played a lot with my family was Little Big Planet, and that's actually one of the games that my kid brother like kind of grew up with, and he's like really big into video games now. So
Nice.
I think just any games that you can like develop really fond memories with are like my go-to. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. For my list, the first game I have on here is Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, yeah.
And when we originally bought that game, it was the first game we've ever had where Emily played and I watched. And
Yeah.
it
Nice.
was one of the most frustrating experiences of my life. Like, it would bring up the checklist. She goes, I got to do this. And I'm like, go try it. This. No, just go over. No, to the right.
Jeff, that's me.
To the
dude.
right.
Shut up.
And it was mind melting, like how hard it was. And I'm like, "You want me to do it?" And she goes, "No, I got it."
I can do it, Jeff.
We got past the first and I think second area, and then we kind of sat on it for a bit, and then they announced that they were doing the local co-op. And we picked it up
yeah.
again, and it's like all of the missions are the same, but you get to do it together.
I love that.
And you could find new and creative ways to do it. And most of the time, it's like someone running distraction
Yeah.
while the
Yeah.
other person runs in and sneaks.
we should do
And
I was
we
curious
had
about that because
so-
I played. Yeah, because I played the game too, and I was like, this would be so much easier if I had a second goose.
Yeah, it makes the game almost too easy because you really don't have to strategize.
Yeah.
Right?
I really like that they made the second goose like the one with the big nose.
Oh,
like,
nice.
The bigger beak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bigger beak. I
forget the name of
could
that.
Tell each other apart pretty easily.
That's awesome.
But we had a lot of fun. Like most of the time, we would stick to the tasks, but otherwise, we would just raise havoc. And I had so much fun doing that.
That's fun.
The
That'd be a
best
good
part
one to
about that
introduce too,
game.
like
Yeah.
for somebody who hadn't played games before. That'd probably be a good one as well.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's great. It's not too button intensive for Emily. Like
Most
I
of the
think
time.
if she's on distraction, like having to honk like repeatedly might be difficult for her. But it's good for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And plus it's only like I think a 4-hour experience maximum.
Yeah, it's
so
not that
it's
long.
like it's like a nice tiptoe in there. The other
Cool.
major game that we love to play together is Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
We started that one on release day, and actively being able to play together, being able to trade now, being able to battle each other, and then on community days, you have an increased chance of getting a shiny. So once a month, we always, during a non-pandemic, would head to downtown and just walk up and down the streets together.
Yep.
We probably get like at least 4 to 5 miles walking and
Dang.
just hanging out together,
That's cool.
stopping
That's
in local
awesome.
shops, eating in downtown restaurants.
Yeah.
We get a lot of like physical time together, and you're looking at your screen, but you're hanging out with each other. I think more so than you are in a video game in your own house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you can.
It's also fun to
casually-
play with your best man.
I remember, didn't you say you like went to Disneyland, and then I was like, "There's got to be so many Pokestops there, Nathan. You got to play
Yeah.
Pokemon. You got to hang out with Shannon. She doesn't play Pokemon. Get her to download it."
When we went to Disneyland last,
Oh.
we played lots of Pokemon.
Lines
together.
go so much quicker when you're playing Pokemon
Oh,
Go. 'cause
yeah.
There's probably like 3 stops
Right.
around you. Threw up a lure.
Yep.
You
Right.
can get so many Pokemon.
that was
so
a-
we
that
have
was
a lot of
fun.
fun. Yeah. Another one we started but didn't get very far into was Luigi's Mansion. And
Oh.
once you get to the
Oh,
part where
yeah.
you get Guigi, like you don't need the second person, but it's nice to have. So like if she wanted to pop in and play, she can. But if she got tired, she could just watch for a bit, and it wasn't a big
There you
deal.
go.
We only got about an hour and a half into that game, but I think that's one that we could play together.
and
with
you could
no
just
big
like
stakes.
dip in really easy and then dip out like in lifetime.
I think so, yeah.
I love games
think
like
so,
that.
too.
Because otherwise you have to switch back and forth between you and Guigi. I think.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's kind of
Interesting.
like, I thought Super Mario Odyssey, I saw that you could play 2-player, and I realized that the other person's the hat.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty lame. So it's
Yeah.
nice that the other
It's
person's
pretty
like
fun,
a
actually.
physical. I would just
Roll me.
I would throw her and I would fight, and she would just collect all the coins. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just Jeff like doing this, and then Emily's like,
like it would be nice if like she was the hat, and when I threw her on the tree, she could be the tree, and I'm still Mario. But no, it's like
No.
one person's a person and the other one's flings.
Yep.
amazing.
So Luigi's Mansion was a nice separation from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
And yeah, those are the games. Those are games
Nice.
that we enjoy playing with a significant other. So those are all the questions I have. We're going to move on to the next round of the gaming game. Did you find music for that you put in the last episode?
Yeah, I did. I
You
played
are
the
the
actual
music,
song.
Jeff.
Yeah, I was like, okay, good. I didn't remember, so just delete what I did.
Yeah, I played
Gonna
the
leave it
OG, the
in.
OG
Keep it,
dating
keep
game
it.
music.
Nice. Great. So this time, Nathan and Alex talked together, and they asked each other 5 questions about each other's gaming history, and then Alex is going to ask me about Nathan's answers, and Nathan's going to ask Clay about Alex's answers, and we'll see how many they got right. What I forgot to do was write down how many we each got right last time, but we'll give an update on the next episode.
Cool.
I should have pre-planned a little bit. So which one
Or
of
you could
would
go
like
back to the episode on our YouTube channel and you'll
Oh,
find
you
out.
can listen to it.
Oh.
We're actually never going to talk about it again.
There you
We'll get
go.
plug it.
Yeah, right.
I
You
think,
figure
like,
it out.
Nathan got like a 3. Anyway, so we're gonna do that. Who
Yeah.
wants to go first?
Nathan, why don't you go first?
Okay. All right. So I'll be asking Clay these questions.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. You ready for this, Clay?
No.
Okay. Here we go.
You can do it.
You can do it. Okay. So I asked Alex, what is your favorite emotion to experience when playing a video game? A, joy. B, anger. C, surprise. Or D, pride.
Come on.
Surprise.
Oh.
The answer was A, joy.
I thought it'd be Joy, but I don't know. She likes to get surprises in games and stuff.
I don't like
story
surprises.
elements
You know
and-
this about me. I hate surprises. He's like, so I got something for you at the store, and I'm like, tell me, God damn it. I can't.
See, I'm the other end of the
Amazing.
coin. I'm like, hey, I got you something from the store. She goes, cute, and I'm like, do you want to know what it is now?
No. Oh, wait.
I know.
Cute.
That's the
Yeah,
worst.
she
I'm like,
does
I don't
hate
want to hold on to
surprises.
this. I want to tell you, but I
That's
also want to
hilarious.
see you when I tell you.
Yes.
Right, of course, you want to see the reaction.
Yeah.
All right, so next
I
question.
suck at answering questions. Go ahead.
That's okay. It's okay. She'll make you pay for it later, I guess.
Yep.
If you could take one video game with you to a deserted island, what would it be? A, Spyro. B, Link's Awakening. C, Telltale Games Game of Thrones. Or D, World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion.
Why are you giving me questions that have multiple right answers? It's supposed to be, the
Oh
answer
my
is supposed to be one
God.
obvious, 3 horrible ones. What was the first 2 again?
A,
Link's
Spyro.
Awakening
B,
and
Link's Awakening. It was Game of Thrones, the Telltale version, and then World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
Link's Awakening, because she's on an island and that game takes place on an island.
Ding 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 ding.
Nice.
You are correct.
I know
My
I know if they're
answer-
correct or not because I'm looking at Alex and you.
Okay, I'll have to go like this.
Phantom
But
of the
when
Opera.
I submitted my my answers to Nathan, I put like the irony like right
Yeah,
next
the irony.
to.
Yeah, she wrote that.
I'm really glad that Nathan didn't read that. So
No, yeah.
good.
The Link's Awakening, the irony. Why'd you write that? Telltale Game of Thrones. Like, I just read it all out loud.
Oh, I
Did
know
you
she
like-
hates that game.
Telltale game. You don't like that game?
I don't like having that pressure on
She
me.
hates the Telltale games.
Yeah,
Surprise,
love
right?
the
I
Telltale
crack. I
games.
crack under all that pressure.
That's
Cool.
I
fair.
get physically sick.
I mean, I think that's
It
where
can get
Emily
rough.
would be too. I like those are games that Emily could play, except for the pressure. Like physically, she can
Right.
handle them.
Yeah,
Emotionally, she cannot.
I could not do it without Jeff, honestly.
Like we need to get through the Guardians of the Galaxy one because we love that universe.
Oh yeah, the Fables one too.
Oh yeah, Wolf Among Us. I wanted to beat that
Oh,
one
yeah.
super bad. I love that game. Great. Let's go to the next
All right.
one.
Question 3. Which video game have you put the most time into of all time? A, Ghost of Tsushima. B, Shadow of the Colossus. C, Skyrim. Or D, Mass Effect.
Skyrim.
Ding, 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 ding. That is
Nice.
correct.
Alex hiding her face.
I know. We
All
gotta
right.
play poker with money against Alex.
Breathing
she'll-
heavy.
No.
She'll invest in some she'll invest in some serious sunglasses if we do that.
She'll wear
Yeah.
like her face mask.
She'll wear her
and
mask,
sunglasses.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're
And a
still gonna
hat,
see
so
her
you
cheeks
don't see her
smiling
sweat.
through the mask. You're gonna see it shift up or down.
How many cards would
The
you like
mask
to
is-
swap? 0.
Yeah. All right. Question
You
number
got
4.
me.
Who is your least favorite video game character? A. Beffica, B. Amy Rose, C. Rivali, or D. Moneybags?
Ooh.
The trick is I hate them all.
I
She
know.
does. That's what I'm saying. She gives me all answers.
These were her answers. I didn't pick these answers.
She's been playing. He's probably on her mind. She's been playing a lot of Spyro lately, so Moneybags, I think, is hopefully the right answer.
Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
You are correct.
3 out of 4 so far. We're gonna lose.
All right.
Because I
And
know
the
she
last...
hated Rivali when we were playing Breath of the Wild.
He's a
Nice,
dick.
really. A dick? I like it. All right, last question. If you could pick one video game that was going to be turned into a movie, which one would it be?
Ooh.
A. The Last of Us, B. God of War, C. Uncharted 3, or D. McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure?
I did a Let's Play of that game.
That's why I picked that one.
Oh my god.
Let's see. The first
You would be the
one-
narrator.
Okay, so it's not the first one. I hope it's not A because there's a TV show being made of that. I guess B. What's B again?
God of War?
Yeah, God of War.
Last of Us.
Last of Us is being made into an
It was
HBO
A.
TV series.
A.
Why would it be made into a movie?
It
Because
was A.
the TV shows always like drag it out more than it needs to be. It just needs to be a movie. Just make it a movie.
All right,
But-
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
all
what she
right.
wants, a movie. That's what she wants. Let her have her
They
movie.
always throw
I
in
like-
like characters that don't exist into the TV shows anyways. And it's like,
True.
really? Are you necessary?
But
I
like,
don't know.
if
Yeah,
you
but
look
she's
at it, the
really-
game is like what 14 hours long, and if I think you can make the series like 8 hours, and because like if you think about it, I don't know how far you are. I
Or
can't.
like
There's a specific part I can make a whole
movie.
movie out of.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm not there yet. I've just been dealing with a lot of the hunters, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, they need to do
Yeah.
just like one big like hunter like showdown, and then you're done with it, and you move out of Pittsburgh and you move on with your life because I cannot get out of freaking Pittsburgh. I'm like, come on, let's go.
I hate this place and I hate all
I
you.
hate this place. I'm never visiting this place.
Right. F Pittsburgh. Just kidding, Pittsburgh people. Cool. So there you go. So that was what? 1, 2, 3? 3 out of 5?
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Cool. All right.
60 still
Alex.
passing.
You're up.
Not in my heart. It's not.
Oh,
Kidding.
We
I'm
only got a
kidding.
B in my heart, so we averaged out to a C.
Whatever. All right, we
Whatever.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Jeff?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So Nathan picked some amazing questions, so I kind of piggybacked off of those. But the first question is, what is your favorite emotion to experience when playing a video game? And these are your choices: excitement, anger, sadness, or fear.
I think it's either A or D, so I'm gonna go with A.
Is that your final answer?
Excitement. Final answer.
Correct. You got it right.
I thought you were trying to vocalize how to do.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do correct.
I was hoping you were not gonna pick fear because we've talked so much about me absolutely hating like being afraid in games, like just not
But like
enjoying
you
those
play
games at
them,
all.
you like the Resident
Because, well-
Evils and the
I know, but again, I don't like the feeling. I just enjoy the experience.
yeah.
That
I don't
makes
think
sense.
anyone plays a video game for sadness though. Or anger. Like anger's like no.
You'd
gives
be
me
surprised
strength.
with how often I play
Give me strength.
multiplayer
Yeah,
games
God of
that I
War.
hate.
Oh yeah, like Rocket League. You're like, God, I hate this. I'm like, then walk away. I can't.
Exactly. You feed off of it. Some people feed off of it.
Ugh, it's disgusting. All right. Okay, next question. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. If you could take one video game with you to a deserted island, what would it be?
Give him the answer.
I'm sorry.
Which one's Red
Let
Dead
her read the-
Redemption
let
2?
Okay, hang on.
the
Let me read
questions.
them off. Here we go. Red Dead Redemption.
Oh,
Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Revolver or Doki Doki Literature Club.
Red Dead Redemption 2, final answer.
Correct. You got that one right.
That one had so much more to do. There's no way.
Meanwhile,
you would-
Alex's are like, here's a game I like. Here's another game I like. Here's a game I kind of like. Here's the game I really like. Pick one of
Yeah.
them for the best.
Nathan's given 2 like obvious no's per so far, so I'm feeling pretty good.
See, I tried to like make it fair,
I
but
know,
then
you-
Nathan gave me
all
his
yours
really
are right.
easy
I'm like,
answers. I'm
Well,
like,
no, because
Nathan would
these
never do
questions, like,
Doki Doki.
because the thing is, like, the questions I asked were like obvious for answers for me, but I didn't expect you to like be like, oh yeah, I'll go with those. I'm like, oh no,
they were good. They were good. I just thought that Clay knew me better.
Ooh.
Called out.
I'm
Or
kidding. I'm
we
kidding.
didn't know that Nathan would cheat. What's your favorite game? You've been talking for 38 podcast episodes about.
Well, she could have picked a different question.
I
Clay.
could have. I could
not my
have.
That's
fault.
true, actually. That's true. I told her. That's
Like,
true.
You
you're
know?
piggybacking off of Nathan's. I did the same thing with Clay. I'm like, here's what I'm thinking. And he goes, oh, well, I was thinking of these. And I'm like, you're right. I'm deleting my questions. And going to look-
You know, I'm wrong. I'm just gonna go with what you said.
Anything
Amazing.
you say. All right, we ready for this next question?
Yeah.
All right, which video game have you put the most time into of all time? Mad Max, Ghost of Tsushima, Red Dead Redemption 2, or Minecraft?
Oh, I was feeling really good until D. I wouldn't say Ghost. Mad Max is a definite no.
Are you sure? I'm kidding.
See, like, I think the biggest thing holding me back is would he make Red Dead 2 and answer 2 different times? Minecraft, like, if he played with friends before we met, would be such an easy one to put so many hours into. I'm gonna go with Red Dead 2.
That's correct.
Yeah!
I was like, no, he couldn't do Red Dead 2 twice. Just go with it. Go with it.
Like,
He said, we
I
gotta
thought-
win
I
one of
put
these
over-
challenges.
I
It's like
put
when
over
you're doing a
120
multiple-
hours in that game.
oh,
Over
yeah.
120.
Like,
Wow.
Like Ghost was second. Ghost was like 81 hours.
dang.
And yeah, and I think
a lot.
Mad Max was 60
2. Oh.
something because I actually I almost had 70% of the trophies in Mad Max.
Oh, dang. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
But you don't
Yeah.
know Minecraft? Like, I thought maybe you and Marvin were really into that game or something.
No, like I played it a lot like with Marvin, but not enough to where like I can count like the days, like not count, but I mean like remember how many days. Oh yeah, I spent like a month playing that. And, like, no, it was like we'd play like for a few weeks at a time, but it was
Got it.
not as much as Red Dead. Not including the times where I actually was in Red Dead Online for the series that I was doing. For a while.
I figured if anything you would include that, but yeah.
I did, yeah. So it was a lot.
Nope.
That's fair. Cool.
Three
There you
for
go.
3. So unless I bomb these last 2 questions, we're doing good.
That's right.
All
Red Dead
right.
2, so I think you'll be all right.
It's like just butter
It's like
over
when you're
here.
taking a
Well, it's
multiple
probably Red Dead
choice
2,
band
so whatever.
contest, and you realize the last 7 answers were C, and you're like,
Yeah.
Surely that
Oh,
can't
no.
be right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. I can't be right.
Worst feeling ever.
That's amazing.
I would be the meanest teacher. Like, I'd have a test where all the answers were A.
Oh my god.
That'd be horrible.
That would be. Oh
Except
my
one.
gosh.
One of them would be C, and every other answer.
Because that'd be the
first
one kid
question.
assumes. He's like, this guy's pulling over our head. They're all A. Does all A. What?
If you get one
got
wrong,
one
you
wrong.
fail this class.
Yeah, right.
It's a
Wow.
pass fail.
Worst teacher ever.
Jesus.
All right, let's go
I'm
for it.
glad you're not a teacher, Jeff.
Seriously.
Leave that to Emily. All right. Here's this next question. Who is your least favorite video game character? Micah Bell, Bill Williamson, Dutch
Jesus fucking.
Vanderland, or Jack Marston?
They're all Red Dead characters.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think it's either Micah or Jack, because without spoiling anything, Jack almost ruined the first game.
Ooh.
A. Micah Bell.
That's a big no. I'm so sorry.
Is it Jack?
It was Dutch
Oh, like I
Vanderland?
think he's more an interesting character, but oh well.
Yeah, but we had the conversation in episode.
Yeah,
what was
he
it?
was on your list while the other one
Yep.
wasn't, but
Yep.
Not
I thought I
Nathan throwing
changed
it
your
back
mind a
to
little
last
bit.
episodes. If you go back and
giving you
listen to
the
this
answer.
episode
If you
of
go
this
back to our
second,
villain episode, Jeff.
and,
I
well,
love it.
okay. To be fair, you also did call it like the protagonist. It wasn't characters we hated. It was like
It was the best villain, so I thought
the
that was
best
the
villains.
worst. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Mm.
So
Them
that
being
means you
the
liked
worst.
him to an extent.
I liked him as being the worst.
Oh my god.
He was just a big hypocrite.
Yeah.
Huge hypocrite. And he'd back down on everything that he ever said. Whereas Mike, at least, he was that guy stuck to his word. He was a jerk. He was a piece of shit, but he stuck to his word. Whereas the other guy was like, well, I guess I'll go with what he's saying. Now. Oh well, I guess I'll
talk about honor and make all your questions about Red Dead 2.
Someone's salty.
That was super
Fully,
salty.
like, laid back. He's
We'll
like,
hear the last question.
I
I no longer
I need some lime with that one.
emotionally involved in this game.
I'm gonna need
my
to do
God.
lime and some tequila with that one. That
Here,
was salty.
We got that for you, buddy.
All right.
Thanks,
What's the
Clay.
last question?
All right. If you could pick one video game that was going to be turned into a movie, which one would it be?
Oh no.
Do we want to place any bets on this question? All right, here we go. No Man's Sky, The
Ooh.
Forest, Spellbreak, or Unto the End.
Oh, I feel like he'd still put Red Dead over any of these, but
That's
That'd be
E.
funny if that was actually the answer.
spell it's E.
That's the answer.
So, not Spellbreak. I honestly wasn't listening as much as I should have because I kept waiting for Red Dead.
You were waiting to. Okay, so
Um,
it's No Man's Sky, The Forest, Spellbreak, Unto the End. I can say that slower if you need it.
No,
Okay.
I'm going to eliminate. I'm not going to look at the screen because I don't know how Nathan's poker face is, but I don't think it'd be Unto the End because that one didn't really have a story. I think that would convey to film. Like it had a great story to experience, but I think that's better served as a video game. No Man's Sky versus The Forest. No Man's Sky doesn't really have a story either. I'm going to go The Forest.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
I'm sorry, that one's wrong.
Ooh, what was it?
It was Unto the End.
Dang it! All right,
Yep.
that's fair.
It was just because of the lore that Steven had told us
yeah.
about
He went
the
so
game.
deep with the lore.
The lore was so interesting that I was like, man,
Mhm.
they could really do something amazing in a movie with that lore that he was going over. Like that would be
Like, expand
so dope.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So we tied?
So you'd pick Unto the
We
End over Red
tied.
Dead?
Yeah, because I've already played Red Dead the movie.
You've already played Unto the End, the movie.
No, because there would actually be dialogue and there would be, like there'd be
But
aspects.
then, like
'cause
at that point, at that point, when are you sacrificing the spirit of the game?
Yeah, Nathan.
Well, I think that's the thing.
Now
I think
he's
like
salty.
I know.
notice- if you
Clay's like,
notice-
I'm back in. We tied, and I'm like,
if you noticed,
Talk about
I
Red Dead
picked
all you
games
want,
with
buddy.
I picked games with very loose storylines because I feel like the problem with a lot of these with video games being turned into movies is they're taking games that are already movies and they're trying to make them into a movie. It's like stop doing that. Take something that has a really loose storyline or a theme and turn that into a movie.
Like
And I feel like
Battleship.
as long as you capture the spirit of the game with no storyline, you'll actually end up winning the hearts of the people who love the game because you're not changing the story, you're actually giving it story at that point.
I see.
That's fair.
I
agree
know,
and
but like
disagree.
on that extent, I also disagree because I feel like you're not capturing the tone that the original game gave you. I like what they're doing with The Last of Us because it's giving the experience to people who didn't experience it that way if they do it right.
I see that,
Or who
but I
can't
mean,
play games.
I'm saying for me because I've already
Yeah.
experienced it. So how are they going
Because
to draw
like
someone
you have
in
like
like
Sonic
me?
the Hedgehog, which was a huge success.
Mhm.
To me, it's like a different thing. That's not like the Sonic game I played. It's just
Yeah, it's not at all, but I enjoyed it. I still had a good time
Yeah.
because they caught the aura of Sonic. Like they filled that gap for me, and that's all I needed was Sonic. I didn't need them to recreate the Sonic game into a movie. I just wanted Sonic in a movie. So really,
yeah.
it's probably just a personal thing for me, but like I would love to see a No Man's Sky movie where they actually give it a real story, like an actual solid story with characters, and it could be awesome. It could be really cool.
I think my biggest like, how would you make it distinctly No Man's Sky when No Man's Sky distinctly is a game about exploring?
You touch on the art style is the biggest part of that. I'd say the art is huge. So like as long as you capture the aesthetic of the game, I think that's all you need. And the score and the look of the game is the biggest parts of what I take away from No Man's Sky. So if you capture that alone, I feel like that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
All right, I think we could do a separate episode on
I
this.
think
so
that's
I'm gonna
fair.
cut it
Yeah,
off.
I want
think
this
we
to be a
should.
separate episode because
Yeah.
y'all could just go into it
Like-
and just
That's what I
like
was gonna say, the only
rip
thing
each
with-
other apart.
Like,
The problem with
yes!
stuff like that is you're not really. There's gonna be a public interpretation that's the most popular for, like, let's say, Unto the End.
Right.
And if you don't go that route, you're like, sometimes people just want to see the story that they know in
Yeah.
a different medium. But
Yep,
like,
of
if
course.
it's like, oh, this is the interpretation we took, and it's like, why'd they do that? And I think
Yeah.
that's the problem with a lot of video game movies is we see they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's this, but we kind of threw this in here like for no reason. It's like, why'd you do that? We just wanted to
And
see
then
But
this.
you know
People,
who else
like,
complained
give
about
it bad
that? Star
reviews.
Wars.
Oh
You know how
my
many,
gosh,
you know how many Star Wars
yes.
fans were like pissing over the more current Star Wars movies? I thought those were fun movies. They were fine. Like, but they're shitting on them. So it's like you can't
That's
go
a
into making
big
something.
Can of worms we're opening.
I know it's true though, but you can't go into something with the mindset of, well, who do we want to not upset?
Yeah.
You have to go in making the thing you want to make, and if it upsets people, it's going to. But ultimately, as long as you are happy with the end product, I think that's the important part of
And it makes money.
Creating.
Yeah. Gotta make money.
But
I
like,
would love-
it's
I
also
would
the
love to
same
see
thing
more
that you
video
do,
game
like in
movies.
terms of converting it to a movie, is also remaking the game. Like, you look at Final Fantasy VII, people wanted a 1-for-1 remake, and when it did not turn out to be that, there was the people who were like, I love where they're going with this, and I love the
Right.
uncertainty of it, versus the one that
Right.
were like, I literally wanted the same game. What are you doing to my childhood?
Right. Totally.
So I think we could have a whole episode on that.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
I
But
totally
like,
agree.
I keep saying let's move on, but I won't go back. The Last of Us. If you told me you're
And
gonna,
another thing.
if you're gonna make a Last of Us game, and then but like you tell me you're not gonna tell me the story of Joel and Ellie, I don't know if I want to watch it.
No, yeah, totally. I mean, well, that of course not. Like with The Last of Us, you can't. I wouldn't want to know another story because I love that
But that was
story.
The Last of Us 2.
We're not gonna. You guys aren't there yet. I don't want to talk about it. Put your headphones back. We're
No.
good. We're good.
But anyway, so like my point is like I've already seen the story of Joel and Ellie. I know what's going to happen. How it's going to play out. No Man's Sky, there's nothing there, like, or there's so much more room to play with it. You know, there's
As
so much
soon
more
as he
room to
said
play
No
with.
Man's
I want to
Sky.
see the story of Joel and Ellie. But yeah, okay. So
As soon as he said No Man's
anyway.
Sky, I was like, ooh, actually, I kind of like that a lot. So yeah, it's
Just
like,
saying,
Matt Damon.
Just saying,
okay.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So
Faith.
there's a little tension after that last game. We tied 3-3. Do we want to move into
There's
give
no
it an
tension
hour?
now.
Do what?
There's no tension now.
No, none whatsoever.
Do we want to move into give it an hour, or do we want to play a game palette cleanser?
I say we
Cleanse
move
this
on to
palate
give it an hour.
by moving on.
Oh my
By
god.
moving on.
All right, let's do it. So we challenged Clay and Alex to play Overcooked, and they challenged us to play Lovers in the Dangerous Space Time. Emily and I played that together, and then Nathan and Shannon attempted to play that together. But as Nathan touched upon earlier, they had some issues.
Yeah.
So if it's okay with you guys, we're going to start with Nathan's experience first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's really sad is the fact that like it didn't take but 10 minutes for shit to go south. It just he started like scratching at the computer, and I was like, "You can't scratch that! Get out!" And I was trying to like pull him out from underneath the desk here, and like he was
Aw.
knocking over the N64, just like freaking out. And we kept stopping and pausing and like reassuring him, like, "It's okay, you're fine. Like, don't worry about it, you're fine." And we'd start again, and he'd just go right back to it. It was almost like it was an on off switch. It was really really sad. And I got frustrated because, I was looking forward to it, and, my wife and I don't get to play games at all. So I was like, okay, cool, this will be great. And then it just didn't happen. So it was kind of upsetting, but we ended up stopping like after 10 minutes because it was just like, it was hard to, we couldn't do that. It was just sad to watch him act like that. And I was like, I'm not going to do that to him. But she said, I was really having fun. She was really enjoying herself. She loved the game. She loved it. She thought the bunnies were super cute. She said it reminded her of Sonic when you would take out Robotnik and he would explode and all the little bunnies would come flying out of the ship. So she's like, that's what it reminded her of immediately.
So
But yeah, I love the concept. It's really cool. I could just see it getting really frenetic and chaotic as you add more components to the ship. But we had a good time. Like I pretty much did most of the work. She was like, trying to figure out the controller. But I drove around. She did help with the shooting a lot.
That
But we had a good
doesn't
time.
sound
Like
familiar at all.
for the
I'll
10
talk
minutes
about
that
that in a
for the 10 minutes that we played, we had a good time. And I think we're gonna have to do some training with him where we ease him into the idea of us playing games again. Because I know
Yeah.
she and I would have fun together playing games again, but until we get him trained to know everything's gonna be okay, we just can't.
Mhm.
So
In a
so
couple
there's
of
my
years,
sad story.
when the kids are old enough, you like go hang out with the girls.
Yeah.
That's so that is the truth though. I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, okay, Murphy, go play with the girls. Mommy and I are gonna play a game, or I'll play with the girls, and Shannon go play with the dog, and I'll be able to share this with my girls, or one of them, whatever.
Aw.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm gonna pass down the N64. This is yours. I'm gonna make
Yeah, I
it beat
always
like
thought about-
Ocarina of Time.
I always thought about doing the thing where it's like, to you, the PlayStation 7 doesn't exist, son. You're gonna start
Yeah.
with the Nintendo, and that's all that will exist in your brain. Because we don't have commercials in this house. We do internet TV. You don't even know about these new consoles, and then I have to like slam them before they get to kindergarten, because that's when
Right.
the other kids start bragging about the consoles.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Can you imagine having a backlog for them before they even start gaming?
I know.
Like,
Oh
here,
my
here are the games
God.
you're gonna play before you get to touch the PlayStation 4.
Oh my god.
Or they just inherit
so
your
messy.
backlog. You're like, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
it. You must take it. And they're like,
That would
what?
be
This
so
Or
burden?
it's like part of chores. You can't play your PS5 until you beat Crash Bandicoot on PS3.
Oh
Right?
my god.
Right? That'd be hilarious. Gamer parents. Am I right?
Love it.
Perfect.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm
great.
definitely I want to play it some more, and actually I want to try the feature where you can actually like control a pet, because I guess you can play it alone. So
Yes.
I'll probably try that.
Oh.
I'll probably try that. out.
Yeah, my first experience, I played it for like 10 minutes alone, and I'm like, I like this.
Yeah,
And,
I can
sat
see it not
down.
being as fun, obviously.
So we picked this up and we played it together and had a very different experience in that. So Emily, why don't you start with your thoughts, and I'll jump in.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was adorable. The music was awesome. The aesthetic, especially like the heart, like black hole thing that
Mhm.
sucks your ship
Yeah.
up, was very Powerpuff Girls to me.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And like we've mentioned before, I'm a very casual gamer and I don't do super well with like real-time combat. But I did okay with this one. Jeff, at first I was driving and it was okay, and then we switched, and then Jeff was like, you drive for a while, and then he was like, I'm gonna drive for a while.
Okay, so here's how Emily drove. She aimed, and then she's all like, it has like square, I think, to go, and she's all tap, 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 tap.
Because
tap, tap. And then she's like,
That was me,
"Move."
Emily. That
Tap,
was
tap,
me.
tap, 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 tap. And I'm like, and then you give it to me, and I'm like, hold, swing, swing. And then like, I
He's
would
like,
hit
"Punch it."
stuff. I would hit stuff, but we got places.
We
That
won.
bunny's on the other side of the map, and we have places to be. We only got an hour.
With the
That's
damaged ship.
hilarious.
and I am directionally challenged anyways, so
Yeah, I'll have her be navigating when we're in somewhere unfamiliar, like especially SoCal.
I get
And
so stressed out.
she'll be like, it doesn't tell you all the time. Sometimes it'll just like give you the arrow of which way to go. She'll be like, all right, you're going to turn left in a mile, and I'll be in the left lane. She goes, no, right, 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 right. And I'm like,
Well, and I mix up the words left and right. It's not good. I am not a good navigator.
Oh man.
But I did have fun. Whenever I play a PlayStation game, I always get mixed up because it's the opposite of Switch. So
Of
that
Switch,
was
like
yeah.
the
like
circle
another
button is where the
learning
confirm
curve.
should be.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it was fun. I definitely want to keep going. I'm a little worried that it's gonna get even crazier, and I'm gonna have a hard time with that. But it was so cute. I definitely want to keep playing.
Yeah. Emily
If
did
you
a
wanna
good
watch
job
them play-
firing on all. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say if you want to watch him play, it'll be on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So our whole experience, we're not very exciting. We're still, I'm like, Emily's a very vocally reactive person, so she's actually more fun to watch in that scenario. Like something big will happen, and she'll be like, "Ah!" And my face will not have changed.
Jeff does not physically react to much.
And like, I'm an actor, I should be able to do this, but I like, we just like, there was something really cute, and I'll be like,
And I'm like,
That's me.
so like, I think,
So
I
funny.
think this YouTube stuff is suited for her. So yeah, most of what I wrote reflected her thoughts as well. She did pretty good on the guns, actually. I hate the metal power up. It's the worst one of all time because they always had the like restrictive chains.
Oh, the metal gem.
Or like the shooting of the rocket, which I liked,
Yeah.
but Emily did not.
I did not do well with the rocket.
But I really liked being able to like cross the gems to see what special things they would do for each of the items. There was a lot of unique enemies. And the ship itself could be a weapon if either you have the right power up or if you just go right through it. We had a lot of fun playing it. We ended up playing all the way through Ursa Major.
Nice.
And we got to like the 5th level where you play the boss and we're like, we have 3 minutes left. We could cut it here or we can keep going. And we kept going and then died and then did it again. So it's actually like an hour and 15. So we had a really good time. And afterwards, Emily was feeling arthritic, but she was already...
Yeah, I started arthritic.
So I don't think it made her any worse. So I think it's a game that she can continue playing and we can have a good time.
Cool.
So
Nice.
we are going to keep it on the backlog.
Yes.
Yay!
Nice.
Success.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of Overcooked?
So we... Yeah, she's hanging out.
I like seeing Tori jump from one window to the next window. It's hilarious.
She woke up from her nap, so she's like, Mom, Dad, because normally we're in the same room and she sleeps in between us, so she's not used to like us being apart. But she's back over here. You'll see her jump up.
Cute.
Cute.
Anyways, so Overcooked was fun. Yeah, there she is.
We'll just pretend that, like, I was debating not telling anyone that Tori's a cat, so people are like, who's this girl? Like, their child is just running around the couches.
Jumping in the
Jumping
window?
up on the table back and forth.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. So we played on Steam. And we played on my computer. And so we were kind of like huddled up right here, like trying to like play it. But it made it a much more cozy experience. I think it was hard because you really do have to communicate what's going on. So Clay's really good at like planning ahead and kind of seeing like what meals need what. So he'd be like, okay, I need this, this, and this. And I kept forgetting to dash. So for the longest time, I would just be walking like, and he's like, why are you not dashing? And I'm like, I'm sorry. And so I'd have to like dash and like move. But I'm really thankful that Clay's kind of competitive like me because we'd get like a 2-star and we're like, again, you know, and then we do it again until we got a 3 and it was like, yes. But I really enjoyed it. I have a lot of fun with kind of chaotic, sort of like cute, fun games like that. And that was my experience. So I will add it to my backlog. If Clay doesn't, that's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll teach Tori to play with me. I don't know.
Awesome. Clay, what were your thoughts?
Oh, I think it was a lot of fun. The game, so like she was saying, if you have 2 different communication styles, you're really gonna struggle, and like, or if you just don't communicate at all. Like, we'd start, you know, me, I'm like time limit, so I'm flicking and dashing, I'm like. And I'm like hitting her all the time and knocking her. She's like, stop hitting me. And I'm like, you need to move out of the way then because I need to get to the hamburger.
I would be cutting my lettuce though, and he'd hit me. And so I'd go flying across the kitchen. I'm like, you bleep it, bleep, bleep it. And so I'd run over and like start cutting again. But he kept doing it. I'm like, I
That's
never
hilarious.
play with you again.
Abusive
No,
chef.
but yeah, once we're like, okay, you chop this. Like we did the one where it's the circle. And I think that was probably our best communicating one where it's like, chop, chop, chop. All right, do the thing. All right, you go around. And then
Nice.
It was kind of like, we did something else recently where you really have to like communicate a different game. And like,
Was it a given an hour game? Because that's pretty embarrassing if we don't remember.
no, it wasn't a given hour game. It was something different we were doing.
Was it Stardew?
No. Maybe. No, I don't think so. But yeah, if you're not saying like, okay, you do this, you do that, you're just going to run into each other and it's going to be a freaking mess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally.
But we did like the Onion King and the big blob in the beginning. The spaghetti monster was cool.
Yeah.
And
nice.
so,
Nice.
yeah, we actually did serve up a couple things to him and he's like, you're too slow. And I'm like, but we made the food. And like... I don't know if it's like hard, but there's an achievement tied to actually giving him food to the first time. So
Yeah.
Who knows? But no, yeah, it was a good time. I think we'll play it a little bit more. Try and get through it because I don't know what they could add in 2. I don't know what they can add in 1 either because the truck level where it
Oh my god,
separates.
so stressful.
Yeah.
I
Truck
was
level's
like,
like the
maybe
worst.
I was like, maybe you can dash. You just see the 5, 4. I would just dash and then disappear because I
The
died.
timeout.
Or
Because I
I'm
died.
like, she's like, I need a bud or I need a lettuce, and I try to throw it and it just lands like in between. And I'm like,
It lands in the
And,
street. And you're like, oh.
I think the worst part was when you went to go and throw like the cooked meat and like knowing how like long the cooked meat takes. You just see it fall in between the trucks and it's like, God damn it. That was good meat.
that was good meat.
Shut it down. You just become
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay all of a sudden.
Oh my god.
You donut.
When it goes up and down and the freaking bottom left burner's on the bottom platform.
Oh,
but
like
you
the
put meat on
earthquake.
there,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah, oh, the
rises up and
earthquake's the
you're-
worst.
Your done meat's just sitting there and you can't do anything with it, so she can't do anything. So it's just like 30 seconds of inactivity. That happened, she fell off, and I was like, let's just restart. So we just
I
restarted.
forgot like what dash was, and so like I'm like maybe I can like kind of like inch a little bit forward, and I hit dash, and I just jumped off, and I'm like, this sucks.
Womp womp.
Restart.
But, yeah, it was a good time. I
Awesome.
can definitely see us playing that again. I do think
great.
We'd probably play it on a bigger screen
Yeah.
because it's a lot to have happening on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
totally.
see all the different grills.
Mhm.
Dope. If you like
Awesome.
that kind of energy game, there was another one that we started called Moving Out, and
Oh, yeah.
you guys are a moving
Yes.
company. And there's items that you could take by yourself, but you have to communicate when something's heavy because if you move it together, it's way quicker.
Yeah.
And we were enjoying that one as well.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Awesome.
Glad you guys liked it.
Yeah. That's a good
Um,
one. Thank you
no
for the
problem.
suggestion.
Are you adding it to your backlog? Clay?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm answering for him. Yes, he is.
Well, you already
Alex
said
owns
yes,
it,
but Clay
I'll
had
play-
not
I'll play it on the
said.
back.
He said they could see him playing it again. That's for the star system for like me and Emily. It's not like do we get 3 stars? It's like, oh, we beat it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really struggled with that game.
Yeah. So awesome. So next week Nathan has picked a game for both of us to play, and wants to
Yep.
share what that is.
So that we're going to be playing next week is going to be The Pedestrian. This recently
Ooh.
got released onto PlayStation 4 and 5. I guess this was in early access for the longest time. I think it was released last January for Steam.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it finally came out on the PS4 and PS5. So we're going to give that a shot. It's a really cool looking, like you're like that little, what is it? The crosswalk character. And you
The
have to
one on
like
all the
connect these little
signs, like
sign
the-
puzzles.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, but it's a puzzle platform, and you have to kind of get through connecting signs, and it almost all the different environments are like actual like city streets or like construction zones. It looks really cute. So we're gonna be playing that one. So if you'd like to
Awesome.
join us, be sure to join the Discord and send us your reviews. You can also post in our Instagram and our Twitter posts of this game as well, and we'll read those reviews on the show. So
Awesome.
there you go.
If we're playing these same games together, like I wonder if you could like interlace us playing for the
I thought about
on
that.
YouTube.
Yeah, so instead of it being watching 2 hours of people playing the
I know,
pedestrian,
like
it's just
2 separate videos of us playing the pedestrian.
yeah. The only problem with that is it might take me a lot longer to do that,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
my time is very minimal.
Valuable.
So you'll just have to watch mine and skip Jeff's basically.
We see how
Although I
it
will
is.
say we are loving the forest. Like Alex and I are
I
laughing
know.
Oh my god,
so hard.
so
I think that's
funny.
hilarious because I watched it again when you guys said that one section. I actually started to laugh too. I was like, actually, I don't even know. I didn't find that funny at the time, but now I watched it back. I'm like, that's pretty hilarious.
As we were playing it, I felt like it was like I'm like this isn't entertaining for anybody, not even
Oh
me.
my
and I'm
god,
playing
Clay
it.
was like
I'm crying
crying.
laughing like
He
I'm
never
like-
does that. Ugh.
Because it's just
Well, you'll have to watch
it's one of
our
those games
Let's
that's
Play
just so
together.
frustrating.
And like
Oh, I know, totally.
I had for the new one, A Way Out. I had a lot more fun playing that one, and now
Yeah.
I'm worried you guys are gonna watch that and you're gonna be like, that was okay.
No, I think
We hated
actually,
it.
we had a good time playing A Way Out, so I think you guys will enjoy it.
It
if
was
you
a lot
watch
of fun
it,
to
so,
like
anyway.
comment on story stuff going on instead of being like, they're gonna kill me again.
Mm.
Kill me. Half of that game for me was hiding and then trying to
Get to
find
the
my
boat.
backpack again.
Oh my god. Or like, I'm trying to catch this bird.
Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan can never like switch to my camera because it's me watching Nathan do work from the boat where they can't kill me.
That's great.
Awesome.
God.
So we're gonna go around and talk about our social medias. Clay, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Clay Does Tweets, and on Twitch, just the username Clay.
Awesome. And Alex, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, everything at Tapowya. Do you want me to spell it out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
T-O-W. P-O-W-Y-E-A.
And if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can listen to the new episode of the podcast. If you're on the Twitch stream, that was released this morning.
The podcast, yeah.
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 I got to listen.
Thanks
to
for plugging that. I
yeah,
forgot.
I got to listen to the introduction, and it was a lot of fun. Can't wait to listen to the next one at work.
Oh, thanks.
Emily, where
Appreciate
can they find you?
I am Poke Starwind on everything. Twitter's my jam, though, so find me there.
Awesome. I am Zavadabadoo on everything, except currently I am not on Instagram. I am starting like a specific gaming Instagram account. Because like I was like, how much gaming content do I want to post to my real life friends? It would be like a major shift because like people only go on there on my personal one to see pictures of Emily
Or the cats.
or the cats. So like
Yeah, your personal stuff.
like if you look at the likes where it's just me, it's like 15, and then you look at like cats or Emily, it's like 50 to 100. So I'll do one just for gaming where I can post gaming stuff, and that one will be Zavadabadoo. Like as soon as you
Exciting.
give up a username, you have to. It's still yours for 2 weeks until someone else could take it. So it's kind of just stuck in this purgatory.
right.
Nathan, where can you find you? And then why don't you just tell them where else they could find us?
So you can find me everywhere, Adventure Hawkins. On Twitter, it's Adventure without the E. And yeah, we have our YouTube now. We have a Discord. So if you're listening to this, the day this goes live, everything is live right now, basically. You can check out our link tree on our social medias on Twitter, Backlog Beyond, and Instagram, Backlog and Beyond. The link trees will be there, and you can join the Discord, subscribe to the YouTube. We'd really appreciate the support. So yeah, and as a reminder, we are live on Twitch right now. We do this show every single Saturday night, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my Twitch channel, Adventure Hawkins. So be here for sure, because we do a Q&A every after the show every night, and we watch some cringy episodes of our old YouTube series we used to do together. So
It's so good.
It's good
And
times.
So good.
exclusive to the post show, we're gonna play the other game. I just decided we're gonna be playing video game
okay.
Taboo.
Cool.
there you go. All
I
right,
still
cool.
want to play it.
So make it there on the nights.
Go back and watch it on our YouTube channel where it is now.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. I got a joke for you then, Jeff.
Yeah,
Before we wrap
you
the show.
have 3 extra people to try to make laugh, so that's nice.
That's right. Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
A man is buying a banana, an apple, and 2 eggs. The female cashier says, "You must be single." The man answers, "Wow, how'd you know that?" Cashier says, "Because you're ugly."
I would
How
laugh if I
rude.
didn't get it before.
I would laugh if the cashier wasn't so rude.
I was like, what do the apples have to do with this?
I was trying to
I
remember.
laughed so hard out loud. I laughed so hard out loud. I don't know why I thought that was funny, because I was reading all these
That
other
was a good
jokes, and
one.
it was like, okay, and I just thought it was funny.
Oh my god.
It was a good one.
It was a
That's a
good
good
one.
That,
Just
that one
not
was hard to
laugh out
keep a
loud
straight
funny.
face. Alex was laughing before you started the joke.
I was trying to cover up my face, and I'm like, this sucks.
Dracula.
Yeah, I know.
Nathan, count us out.
5, 6, 7, 8.